Have you ever looked up in the sky? Did you see white fluffy things? Those white fluffy things are clouds. Clouds are a collection of tiny droplets of water or ice crystals. The three clouds you would probably see in the sky are cumulus, cirrus, and stratus clouds. Did you know that cirrus clouds are one of the highest forming clouds and that their shape and color help identify that there will be fair weather? On the other hand, stratus clouds bring rain, fog, and drizzling, so meteorologists always know when mucky weather is coming. Cumulus clouds never produce rain, but when they become cumulonimbus, precipitation begins. This is how cumulus clouds affect the weather.
You know when you're reading through your science book and all of a sudden you stumble upon a word? Well, that happened to me when I was reading about air masses. I kept asking myself, what are air masses? Then I turned the page and read air masses are large bodies of air that has the same temperature throughout. After that, I never asked myself that question. Then I began to wonder about the point where two different air masses meet. I discovered that this boundary is called an air front. The next question I asked myself was if fronts could be warm or cold. It took a long time, but I finally found that there are two types of fronts. They are warm and cold. Did you know that a warm front is a warm air mass that stretches over a over a cold air mass? And that stratus clouds are known to be around this front depending on that. I figured out that a cold front is a cold air mass that pushes the warm air mass up. And cumulus clouds tend to be around this front. Have you ever looked up at a weather map? If you have you ever seen the different shapes on the map? These different shapes would represent the different weather patterns.
Have you ever heard of humidity? If you haven't, it's the amount of water vapor there is in the air. You can't see humidity, but you can feel it. You can feel humidity in hot places that are close to the ocean. Sometimes humidity is affected by the air temperature. It's affected by the air temperature because warm air holds more water vapor than cool air. So if it's warm out, the humidity would be high. But if it's cold out, the humidity would be low. Do you know what relative humidity is? It's the percentage of water vapor in the air and the amount of water moisture the air could hold. Meteorologists use relative humidity more often than humidity because it indicates the likelihood of precipitation, dew, or fog. You know how relative humidity had something to do with the amount of moisture in the air? Well, dew point is when the air is filled with too much moisture that it must be released as rain or some type of precipitation. Meteorologists also use dew point to help them with their weather predictions. Dew point helps the meteorologist because its feedback shows you if a storm or nice weather is going to appear over the next few days.
Thanks for watching, peeps.